Another question you'll have on the final is matching up one chords with their 5 chords, because these are the 2 chords that frame a key that all phrases, except in some cases in jazz, start on or end on. Now, there's always an exception, but like 90% of your music will frame up their pieces and make them stable by using these 2 chords. In fact, most of the things that we've seen have had a majority of 1 and 5 chords in them. So it says, if these are my 1 chords, which one of these are my 5 chords? And the way you do it is you find the 5. And then you remember that 5 chords are major triads or dominant 7 chords. Okay? 5 chords can only be major triads or dominant 7 chords. All right? So I'm going to make this easier to begin with. See this F sharp major 7? That's not a dominant 7 chord. It can't be an answer. Okay, see this minor 7 right here? It's not a dominant 7 chord or a major triad. It can't be an answer. This B diminished 7 cannot be an answer. B flat minor 7 cannot be an answer. Half diminished 7 cannot be an answer. Triad's okay because it's major and these are all other 7 chords. There's also an interesting one. It says can't be a 1, so it doesn't have a 5. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, the next thing we do is we spell these chords. Just go root 3rd, 5th, and then look for the note that's the chord that's on the 5th right here. So we go A, C sharp, and E. So what we're looking for is an E chord that is either a major triad or a dominant chord, dominant 7 chord. And that's here, and that's there. So either one of these could be a 5 chord for that. Okay. B minor, well, you go B, D, F sharp, and we look there and we say, well, it's got to be an F sharp chord and it has to be a major triad or a dominant 7. Right there. Now there were a bunch of distractor chords there, but you know, we got rid of them because we knew that these have to be major triads or dominant 7 chords. All right, this guy right here. Well, if we did this, we'd go G, B, D, and flat, and we'd say, aha, it's that guy right there. But wait a second, that's wrong. Because that's the answer right there. Remember, we've never been introduced to a key of G diminished, only G major and G minor, right? There's no G diminished scale. There's G major scales and G minor scales. 1 chords have to be major or minor. Diminished are never 1 chords. So a little bit of a trick question there, but that's testing not only your ability to calculate and what these are, but a little bit about what that is. Think about it. Have you ever seen a G diminished scale? Maybe you've heard of the octatonic scale if you're a jazz nut, but even that is not really a true diminished scale. It's just 2 interlocking fully diminished 7 chords, a half step or a whole step apart, which is great fun. Don't worry about that. Okay, that's for later. E flat major. Well, you go E flat and like this. And then of course that's the major right there, but that doesn't really matter because this is the note that we're interested in. So B flat triad or B flat 7 right there, like that. And you're just matching these guys, right? Okay. There will probably be another question where there's a small bit of music or music that you already know from stuff that we've played. And it will say, hey, what's my 1 chord here? What's my 5 chord? Or given this 5 chord that we have here, what's my 1 chord? What key or scale am I in right now? Okay. All right.